Welcome to the Virginia is for Laughers podcast, brought to you by X2 Comedy. If you're looking to get more out of your Shenandoah Valley experience, then this is the podcast for you. You'll meet interesting people, musicians, and comedians that perform here and find out more about what you can do and see. Whether you live here or plan to visit, listen to explore what makes our unique slice of heaven. Now here's your host, Don Davis Womack.
Hello, Laughers. It's that time of year for all the spooky fun to be had by all. Today, I'm excited to share with you all the details of Skeleton Fest, a free event for all ages. Listen to today's episode and get all the deets on Harrisonburg's pre-Halloween party. Activities kick off with trick-or-treating at downtown businesses and culminate with a fun all-ages block party across downtown Harrisonburg. The festival features kid, dog, and adult costume contests, arts and craft activities, food trucks, sip and stroll, and even more surprises. This event is put on by the Harrisonburg Downtown Renaissance. We call HDR for short around this neck of the woods. HDR is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that builds up Harrisonburg's downtown district to a destination where businesses thrive and people enjoy memorable experiences. The Skeleton Fest is one of the many ways they do just that. From HDR's team with us on this special episode are Emily Winter, the Director of Marketing, and Jennifer Bays, the Events and Special Projects Manager. They're here to share more info about this incredible event, what we can expect, and sharing with us how residents and tourists alike can get ready to have all the spooky fun. Welcome to the show, Emily and Jennifer. It's great to have you on today.
Thanks for having us. We're glad to be back.
I'm glad to have you guys back. I have so many questions for you all. And my first question I want to start with is, can you share by giving us some insight into the history of Skeleton Festival and how that all began? I mean, what inspired its creation?
Yeah, it started in the early 2000s, and it started as Halloween on the square. So it was just trick-or-treating, and it wasn't spread all over downtown. And then in 2016, it morphed into Skeleton Fest, and it moved to Turner Pavilion, and it had more activities for different age groups. There was a beer garden, this costume contest that was still a part of it, and yeah, so just more programming and more of a community event than just trick-or-treating downtown.
That's beautiful. I know there are some laughers out there that may not know what the Turner Pavilion is. So can you talk about that and what happens at the Turner Pavilion?
Yeah, so when Skeleton Fest became Skeleton Fest, it was happening where the farmers market is. And now with our Sip and Stroll ABC license, we've kind of moved to expand it all over downtown because people can walk around with a beverage, trick-or-treat at all the businesses with their kids, and just make it more inclusive for all the businesses.
Yes, that's right. So laughers, that's where the farmers market does take place on Tuesdays and Saturdays underneath the Turner Pavilion in downtown Harrisonburg. And this is pretty exciting that we just expanded to have a whole lot more fun. I'm wondering, what are some of the key highlights and activities that the laughers can look forward to at this year's Skeleton Fest?
So the main thing is trick-or-treating at 40 plus downtown businesses.
Whoa.
Yeah, so that's a lot of candy.
I would say so.
Yeah. And also, if you want to get maybe a little something extra, like toys or some downtown dollars, you could start at 1 p.m. and do trick-or-treat on Liberty and Mason Street. But there's limited supplies. There's 30 goodie bags at each stop, so you'll want to get your start early for that. We'll also have an ofrenda that we work with. Her name's Karen Valdez, and she is with Virginia Organizing, and she helps us recruit volunteers to help with the ofrenda and make sure that it's accurate and follows the cultural inclusivity that we want to feature at this event. I will also have tie-dyeing with trick-or-treat bags. JMU Chemistry will be there doing spooky experiments.
Chemistry. Wow.
And we'll have a costume contest, which Emily can talk more about.
Hey, laughers. Tisha here. You know what goes great with this podcast? Free Popsters Gourmet Popcorn. We're so excited to sponsor this podcast, highlighting some of the most wonderful people in the Shenandoah Valley. To show our love for you laughers, we're giving you 15% off today at prepopsters.com. That's PREPOPSTEROUS.com. Use promo code LAUGH15.
Okay. And Emily, you can answer this too.
Happy to.
Okay. Before we get to that, there was these dining dollars, downtown dollars. What is all of that? What's all that about?
Yeah, so just to up the ante a little bit more with our trick-or-treaters. And so like Jennifer said, on Liberty Street and Mason Street. So these are two streets that sort of border downtown. We really want people to visit those businesses because they are really awesome to entice people to do that. We are opening trick-or-treating early, so they'll be open an hour early. And in each treat bag, there's lots of candy, lots of toys, but some of them also have downtown dollars, which is essentially downtown dollar gift certificates. So they're good for different restaurants, they're good for cafes, they're good for different retailers. So it's kind of like Willy Wonka's golden ticket, where if you're lucky, you might just get a little extra something. So it's just a fun little promotion that we're doing to get people to explore downtown.
Okay, so the dining dollars, it's like a certificate. And then that will be in the possible goodie bags.
Yeah.
And then they can redeem those, use those dining dollars for purchases in downtown Harrisonburg.
Yeah, so they're called downtown dollars. There are our gift certificate program that's available year round.
Okay.
But yeah, there's probably like 70 different businesses, I think, that are on them. And they can be for dining, but they could also be for retail. They could be for exercise classes, a whole bunch of different things downtown. There's more information about that on our website if you're interested.
Okay. I just wanted to talk about that in case this is their first episode and they don't know what the heck
I know
those are.
A lot of things.
All right, good. All right, so carry on. You were going to say.
Yeah.
All right.
I think I was going to talk about the costume contest.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So the costume contest is always a big thing every year, but this year we have some awesome prizes. So we really upped the ante because we know this year Halloween, Skeleton Festival is a little bit earlier. It is on the first weekend of October. So we really still want people to come dressed up, really have a really cool costume. So we have some great prizes and great categories. So first, this is my favorite category.
Okay.
It's the pets category.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
So please bring your dog. Please bring your dog in a costume. And you can win. First place is $100 cash. Plus $75 for the Blue Ridge dog. We're assuming a lot of our contestants are going to be dogs, but you don't have to be a dog to enter the pet category. Second place is $50 downtown dollars and $50 to Blue Ridge dog. And third place is $25 downtown dollars and $25 to Blue Ridge dog. So some really great prizes for our pet contestants.
Yeah,
Right off the bat.
And Blue Ridge Dog, they sell pet products, pet treats, right?
Yeah, they make their own treats.
Okay.
They have really high quality stuff. So they have really high quality toys, high quality treats, lots of great stuff over at Blue Ridge Dog, right here in downtown.
Yeah, I think that's really great. And then for tourists that may not know what kind of businesses are in Liberty and Mason Street, to get there a little bit early, can you talk about some of the businesses that are along those streets so that people may not be familiar with this area might have some idea of why they might want to come down to Liberty and Mason Street?
Yeah, so Blue Ridge Dog is one of our Liberty Street businesses. Also on Liberty Street, we have some great breweries. So we have Pale Fire Brewery, we have Restless Moons Brewery, and also on the far end, we have Sagebird Cider Works. So a little something for everybody. They're all sip and stroll participants, so you can grab a drink on the outskirts of downtown and just make a whole circle around. Definitely some great businesses there. Also some great restaurants. We have Mashita. If you've ever not been to Mashita, please go. They have really great food.
Yes.
It is like Korean fusion with like everything. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just delicious. And it means delicious, actually. Yes. So perfect. So definitely check them out. We also, if you haven't been to downtown recently, We have Aristocat Cat Cafe. They are right next to Machida. That is a cafe. It serves a whole bunch of tea, but they also have kittens and cats that you can hang out with, you can play with, you can drink tea with, and it's beautiful. So really great variety of businesses. We also have retailers like Rocktown Bikes. They sell bike equipment as well as like just bikes that you can ride. And a whole bunch of other people that I'm probably forgetting about, but they are all amazing.
Yes, I agree. I agree with that 100%. Could you tell us more about the role of the Harrisonburg Downtown Renaissance in organizing and supporting this event?
Yeah, so I believe that we started it with Halloween on the Square. So we want to have something that brings people downtown to, visit the businesses, bring them inside. And Halloween is great because trick-or-treating provides a built-in opportunity for that. And so we work with the city to do the road closure because Main Street shuts down during this event. And we get all of the vendors on Court Square. We manage the costume contest, work with the businesses to find out what fun things they might be doing, and also like what sip and stroll drink specials they might have, so we can promote that. And so we do all the organization. We buy the candy. So
I saw some candy in the office, Laughers, as I was passing through.
If you've ever wondered what it looks like to fold down the seats of a RAV4 and fill it to the top with candy, I have pictures.
That's a pretty big car to fill up with candy.
Yeah, it's a lot of candy. But 40 businesses, and they each get at least 200 pieces of candy. So, yeah.
How far do you guys go all one day, like the day before, to drop off all this candy?
We're going to have them pick it up this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really great. And you talked about the costume contest, Emily, and that's a big feature of this festival. And there for the kids, the dogs, and adults. I'm wondering, if since you've done this a few times, can you share some memorable costume contest moments from previous years?
Yeah, so last year's competition, I'm not going to say it can't be beat, but it was great.
Yeah.
So one of our categories is like a duo group category. So that's for costumes that sort of relate to each other. So we have a lot of families who like dress up as a unit. And one of my favorite ones from last year was like the Pac-Man family. And if anyone was there at Skeleton Fest last year, you know what I'm talking about. There was Pac-Man, obviously. Miss Pac-Man was there. We had our ghost, Blinky, Inky, Mo. I don't know what the other one's name is, but they were all there. And then they had a cute little baby that was actually, the stroller was dressed up like the actual like Pac-Man machine. And it was just so cute. They did a really great job, and they definitely placed. I don't remember which place they got, but that was one of my favorite ones. It was just very creative and super fun.
Yeah, I'd have to say the duo is my favorite category. Last year, because you involve your entire family, and it's just really cool to see that people put in effort as a family to do this and come to our event and be downtown. We had Little Red Riding Hood, all of the characters in that.
Wow.
The family dressed up as, so that was pretty good. Every Star Wars character. They involved the dogs too.
Oh my gosh.
Chewie was a dog.
Very creative.
Yeah, so it is fun to just watch. Even if you're not going to dress up, it's still a lot of fun to just come downtown and watch. It'll be on Court Square.
Yeah, I think that's really great. You get 2 opportunities in October to go all out in your costumes.
Yeah.
At least.
And like I said, the prizes are really good this year, so you do want to dress up.
Yeah.
Just going to our duo and group prizes, we really recognize Harrisonburg as like the brunch location. So first place, we have $200 cash and then $75 to Clementine Cafe, one of our great brunch locations. Second place is $150 downtown dollars and $50 to Little Grill, another great brunch location. And third place, we have $100 downtown dollars with $50 to the Golden Pony, which a lot of you might recognize as a music venue, but they also have a really great brunch.
Yeah.
So,
Really great food. Very interesting and different. Good food too.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had Paul Summers on here on the podcast, and he was talking about the menu items, and I got really hungry.
Very easy. Yeah. Very easy to do talking to that crew over there for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is good. Yeah, that's what I mean. This is going to be a lot of fun for families to come out. I know it is earlier, October 7th for sure. And that's what I meant by 2 opportunities, especially if you got kids. You don't just have to do Halloween and it's over. You can do pre-Halloween and because they get to dress up twice. Plus at school, this is making our whole town a lot more fun by doing this. So I appreciate that, you do.
Yeah. We're making Halloween a whole month. And I think that's something to celebrate just in general. Great.
Yeah, it's really great. And very exciting this year, too. You're going to have one of our local comics, a fan fave at X2 Comedy, Jay Zehr, who is going to be hosting the costume contest. That is fun.
We are definitely looking forward to that. It's going to be, we always have lots of fun with the costume contest, but having Jay will be just super funny, I think. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah. You're going to add to that? Oh, that's all right. So how do laughers sign up for this costume contest? Do they have to do it online? How does that work?
It'll be all day of signups. So on Court Square, we'll have tables set up with the different categories. And so you just sign up before 3:30. So get to Court Square, come to the event, and it's all on-site signups.
Okay. Well, that'll make it easy enough, and it doesn't cost anything, right?
Nope, it is free.
Okay.
Just show up, line up, and show up.
I like the ad plug-in. Show up. I'm excited to see if anybody's going to top the Pac-Man family.
I'm hoping so. I think the challenge is there. So listeners, that's the challenge, is to beat the Pac-Man family.
I know. Do you all dress up for this event too as staff?
I've been trying to get the HDR staff to do a group costume. We haven't quite made it yet. It's a busy time of year for us. Maybe this is the year. We'll see.
Yeah. And another question while I'm thinking of it, those dining dollars, because I've used them before. If I remember right, it's been a minute, but if it's like, say I spend $20 and it's a $25 certificate, they'll give me change for $5, right?
Yeah, so you're not missing out on anything.
Okay.
They're in denominations of 25, 15, 10. So they're in smaller denominations. So if you're a $100 winner, you'll get like 4 of those certificates. So you can spread the love. You don't have to spend it all in one place, which is really awesome. But yeah, it's a really great opportunity to explore for businesses that you might have tried. There's a lot of places that will take them.
Yeah, they're called downtown dining dollars.
Downtown dollars.
Oh, downtown dollars. I put one too many words.
But there's a lot of dining, so.
That's probably what I was thinking. I love food, so I snuck it in there, I guess. What makes Skeleton Fest stand out? What do you think makes it stand out among other Halloween events in the region?
I think it's cool that you're supporting downtown businesses and small business owners just by coming to the event and bringing people inside of their shops and restaurants. And also, we involve a lot of community partners, like nonprofits, and like if you do an activity and you're a nonprofit, your booth space is free. So just like providing as much activity as possible, and also providing outreach opportunities for other nonprofits in our community.
I'm going to jump in too, because I know with the name Skeleton Fest, it might sound like it's like a scary event, but it's really not. It's definitely very family friendly. A lot of our sort of like Halloween things can be really scary, and I know that turns a lot of people off, but this is really truly family friendly. It's during the day. It's all during when the sun is up. So we really do try to make it welcoming and of course free for everybody. So it is something that we try to make really important to our community, that everyone can be there and everyone feels welcome.
I love that. And there's, I think, some unique elements or traditions that you've had. Can you share what some of those might have been that draws people to this particular event?
In the past, we have a flash mob, and we work with Harrisonburg High School Dance to do that. So that's always been cool because there's some high school students who are like, oh, I've never been downtown, but they came to dance in the flash mob, which I'm not going to tell you when it is or if it's happening. Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. And then like JMU chemistry, that's a cool thing that brings a different crowd downtown. Like the students from a professor's class, they come and set up a whole experiment area. And yeah, we've also been working with, with Karen with the Ofrenda and just making it an inclusive event.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with what an ofrenda is, that is sort of the altar that you'll see at a lot of Dia de los Muertos celebrations. So we recognize that Spanish-speaking community is a large community in Harrisonburg, and we want to honor that, which is why we're really lucky to be working with Karen and Virginia Organizing and making that section of our event even a lot bigger this year. So stay tuned for that, but definitely check that out. And it's Skeleton Fest time.
That was my phone laughers. I thought I turned it off. Oops. You know what? We just do life with this podcast. We're human beings and we're flawed. And it's all good. Thanks for sharing that. There's also food trucks, right, at this event?
Yeah, so we'll bring in some outside vendors. We understand that there's going to be a lot of people during Skeleton Fest. Downtown does have over 35 different restaurants, but to sort of ease the burden on a lot of them, we do bring in outside vendors. This year we are bringing in a lot of sweets vendors. We know it's trick-or-treat season, so we're going to lean into that. We'll have cookies and bake sale sort of items from Sweet McGee. If you're familiar with them, they are delicious. Of course, Scotty's Italian Ice will be there, getting some Italian ice, some gelato. That will be there as well. And then for food items, Mi Placita is a Mexican food truck, and they're very delicious, and they'll be on site as well. And there might be some others, so we'll see. But yeah, lots of yummy food. But that's not all.
Oh, tell me more.
So one of my favorite things, I'd say I have a lot of favorite things for Skeleton Fest. It's because it's my favorite event. But another favorite thing I have are just the fall drinks. So
right. Yes. Yeah. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So if you're a fall drink girly like I am, there's a lot for you. Like we mentioned several times, Sip and Stroll will be happening. So a lot of these drinks are alcoholic drinks.
Is that me again?
That's me. I'm going to just remind that.
We're entertaining laughers with our distractions. Hang with us. Okay, back to the fall drink.
It's fine.
It's all good.
Fall drinks. So yeah, for our fall themed Sip and Stroll drinks, we have a lot of fun things. Let's see, over at Capitol Waffle Shop. Did you know that they have mimosas at Capitol Waffle Shop?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. Yeah,
well,
I've had some.
Yeah, for Skeleton Fest, they're going to have a pumpkin spice mimosa.
Oh, fun.
So that will be a really fun drink. Sagebird Cider Works, they also just let us know what their Sip and Stroll drink is. It's going to be an apple pie cider slush with a Halloween straw. So that's going to be really fun.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I love that they're getting into the spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also for the more like Oktoberfest sort of people, there's also a lot of beer options. Three Notch is going to have a pumpkin spice latte IPA.
Nice.
Sweet potato casserole brown ale.
Nice.
With sweet potato and roasted pecans, like notes in there. So that's going to be very, very nice.
What?
Yeah.
This is really fun that everybody's getting into it.
Are you thirsty?
Yes.
There's also drinks that aren't alcoholic, so we understand that not everyone wants to drink, and that is totally cool. Aristocat Cafe, they showed me their drink that they're working on. It looks really cool. They are doing a witch's brew, which is like a taro milk tea. It's a very bright purple. It's a very fun drink. And they're also doing a poison apple cider that is like neon green. It's sparkly, but it doesn't have any food coloring. It's like magic. It looks so cool. So definitely check that out if you are downtown for Skeleton Fest. There are some fun things to be had all over.
I love that. Speaking of the drinks, the Sip and Stroll sounds like a fun addition to this festival. Could you explain what it entails and share some of the participating vendors or experiences?
Yeah, so Sip and Stroll entails it's our whole downtown, all 40 blocks of downtown, and people can purchase a drink at any of the restaurants or breweries that sell drinks, but you have to be 21 and you have to have a wristband. And
very important, Lappers.
Walk around in the streets of downtown with a beverage in hand. So, it's been a great addition to the events and bringing business to like our restaurants and breweries and cidery that we didn't really know how to do before because you can't take it out into the event. So now we can do that, which has been great. And I think that's it.
As for people participating, pretty much all of our downtown breweries participating that are like in the downtown zone. So a lot of beer and cider options for you there. But we also do have some restaurants participating. Jimmy Madison's is a new Sip and Stroll location.
Oh, great.
If you haven't been there, they have really great cocktails.
Yes.
For this event, they're going to be doing a witch's brew. It's going to be pear vodka, black raspberry, lime juice, and ginger beer.
Fun.
Yum. And also a caramel appletini.
What?
Caramel vodka, apple juice, cinnamon sugar, red. This sounds so good. It sounds so good.
These businesses have done so great being creative with the drinks this year.
Yeah, we love seeing some creative drinks. It is highlight of our.
Yeah, and I have done the Sip and Stroll on some of your other events, and it really is fun. You check in, you get your band, and then you get a drink from whatever business or venue, and then you can stroll around the streets and go to the next one if you want to.
Yeah, and it's fun because with all of our events, we encourage the Sip and Stroll businesses to do a special drink, like theme it to the event. And so it's really great to see them getting into that. Like they do more every year. And these drinks aren't going to be available like always. So
right,
you gotta try them that day or, pick one to try.
Yeah, the FOMO.
Yeah.
You're missing out. You don't want to. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. And this year you're doing something a little bit different too. You're adding a Edgar Allen Poe try contest. What is that all about? And is that any tied to the Edgar Allen Poe experience that's coming?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's start at the beginning.
All right, let's do it.
So if you haven't heard, the Virginia Quilt Museum is doing a really cool event this October. It's with Brian Cloudis. It's going to be the Edgar Allen Poe experience. And what does that mean? It's like a really cool, immersive experience. It's almost like theater. But each room in the Virginia Quilt Museum is going to be a different Poe story. And it kind of takes you through Poe's mind, so to speak. It's a really immersive, very visceral, very, again, immersive experience that's coming into the Virginia Quilt Museum in October. And to sort of celebrate that, we are doing an Edgar Allen Poe tree contest. So what we're doing is we're encouraging people of all ages to submit very, very short poems that are inspired by Edgar Allen Poe, inspired by Halloween, inspired by all things spooky. And we will be sharing those entries during Skeleton Fest leading up to the Quilt Museum, and people can vote on their favorites. So you'll learn where the Quilt Museum is. You'll see some spooky poetry. It's really great if you have some aspiring writers to do this really cool contest, get some visibility out there. But it's something that we're trying new. We're going to have some really cool stickers we're going to give away to entries, and it's going to be really fun. Again, a lot of really great prizes we haven't quite figured out yet, but they will be really great. And it's going to be just like another fun aspect to the day. To enter and see those come in.
Yes, and again, that doesn't cost anyone to be a part of that contest as well.
We will have, that one will have an online entry form, which will be on skeletonfest.com. So and any ages can participate. We're hoping that local teachers will kind of get wind of this.
Oh, that'd be great.
School children to participate. But we're really looking forward to see everyone's submissions to see kind of where our poetry minds go with this sort of prompt. It should be really fun.
Yeah, what's really exciting too is we interviewed Brian Cloudis on this podcast. And so he talks all about this experience and what people can expect. And so you can go back to episode 131, Edgar Allen Poe Experience, immerse yourself in 4 most famous and thrilling tales and get a lot more details on what you can experience.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to that. It's something like really cool for the Virginia Quilt Museum. When you think of Virginia Quilt Museum, you don't think of something like this. So we're really excited for people to explore that space and also just explore this experience right here in downtown. It's awesome.
It is awesome. Harrisonburg Downtown District has become a thriving destination thanks in part to events like Skeleton Fest. How does the festival contribute to the overall vibrancy of the downtown area?
I think it's just a reason to come downtown and just walk around the streets and close so you can, just wander freely. And it brings people into businesses that they might not normally go into or didn't know they were there, but they're on the candy map. So
that's the candy map. That's the first time I heard candy. I don't think we talked about candy map earlier, did we?
No, we didn't, but
Okay.
the 40 plus businesses and other vendors that will be there will all be on the candy map. So that's how you know where to go. And hopefully you'll go into a really cool store that you didn't know was there and maybe come back or bring a friend. So really these events, we just want them to benefit the businesses and also make Harrisonburg a cool place to live.
Now, big question. Where do we find the candy map?
So the candy map, you'll be able to find on our website, skeletonfestival.com. That's where you'll find everything about the event. We'll also have an HDR info booth on Court Square. We'll have printouts of the map. So if you are not a smartphone person, we will also have paper copies. But we will make sure that you know where to find these 40 candy stops.
That's very important.
Yes.
Everybody needs a
we
candy
know
map.
why you're here.
I want the candy. What efforts have you made to ensure that Skeleton Fest remains inclusive? I think you've talked about that before. So maybe focusing more on what also makes it a family-friendly event for all ages.
Yeah, so we definitely want to make this as big and open as possible, which is why the event is free. There's no admission. There's no tickets that you need to purchase. All of our activities, for the most part, are free. All this candy is free. So really open to everyone from different academic backgrounds, different languages. We worked really hard this year to translate our posters both in Spanish and in Arabic.
Really?
So we're really hoping to just reach more people this year. And yeah, again, it's family friendly. So nothing that will turn people off, scary wise. We also do want to kind of integrate more of our cultural aspects of Harrisonburg with the Ofrenda and the State de las more into this sort of zone with Virginia organizing again. And yeah, just really keeping it open and accessible to as many people as we can.
I love it. Did you want to add to that, Jennifer?
Yeah, I guess just also making it there's something for all ages. It's not just if you're a kid and you like trick-or-treating and candy, come downtown. There's the sip and stroll for adults. There's a free photo booth that will be pretty cool. It'll
Nice.
Also lean into the Poe experience
Oh,
vibe
great.
and be Edgar Allen Poe poem themed in the backdrop. And businesses are doing things. The library will have activities. So you don't just have to like candy. And we also have nut-free options at all candy stops. So if your child has a nut allergy, don't let that stop you.
Oh, that's great. I love that. Well, then for laughers that are planning to attend Skeleton Fest for the first time, what tips or advice would you give them to make the most of their experience?
Definitely follow us on social media. We will be posting updates pretty much in real time on our Facebook page in particular. We're just at Harrisonburg Downtown Renaissance. It's just facebook.com/downtown Harrisonburg. We'll post parking maps. So if you're like, I don't know where to park, we work with a lot of private businesses to release their lots for this event. So there'll be plenty of parking. Don't let that bother you. We'll also post our accessible parking guide as well. So if you have some mobility issues, you're with someone with mobility issues, need an accessible space, we will make those readily available as well. And you can also find all of this information, again, the candy map, all the different activities on our website. It's just skeletonfestival.com. Easy to remember.
I love that.
Yeah. So definitely just follow us and stay in the loop online.
Yeah. And if you want to get an early start, just remember, you can do trick or treat on Liberty and Mason Street at 1 p.m. So we'll have parking options that make sense if you're going to start there also.
Great. Well, how best can people follow, you said, on social media for the details. So what are those social media handles?
Yeah. One more time for the people in the back. Our social media, we're at Harrisonburg Downtown Renaissance on Facebook. If you are an Instagram person, that is me. You can follow us at Downtown Harrisonburg. And then the event website is skeletonfestival.com.
Beautiful. And Laughers, we will have that in the show notes for you as well, along with promo code LAUGH15. So you can buy delicious gourmet popcorn at prepopsterous.com. That's prepopsterous.com. They will be for you in the show notes as well. Thank you for coming on the show, Emily and Jennifer. This has been super fun chatting up all things Skeleton Fest with you today. Oh, what fun these families are going to have when they join you all to see and do this event. I love all that you are doing for our community, and this has been super exciting sharing all of this with the Laughers today. So thanks again for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us. It was fun talking about our favorite events.
Yes, I had so much fun. Thank you, Dawn.
You are so welcome. And Laughers, mark your calendars for Saturday, October 7th, 1 to 5 p.m. total. Because remember, you can come an hour earlier, so don't forget that. Get those costumes ready and prepare to have a ton of fun creating lifelong memories. For more details, visit skeletonfestival.com. And then don't forget to nag that discount on Prepopsterous using promo code LAUGH15 at prepopsterous.com today. That way you can munch on it when you join me on next week's episode. And lastly, and most importantly, thanks for tuning in, Laughers. Out of all the podcasts out there, you picked us, and we think that's pretty darn special, just like you. Until next time, keep smiling. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Virginia is for Laughers podcast, brought to you by X2 Comedy. We'll be dropping a new podcast every Wednesday, so check back for another uplifting episode. Come to an X2 Comedy show or let us bring one to you. To find out more, head to x2comedy.com. Be sure to share this podcast with a friend, and until next time, cheers.